Hey, Gremlin here with the Gremlin Gamer. So, I do apologize, it's been a while since I've put anything out, been kind of busy, and just haven't really had a good idea for a video. That said, actually, I am working on another Borderlands video. I recently discovered there is a unique weapon that drops in the Thanksgiving Headhunter DLC, uh, where you have to fight the Waddle Gobbler, and it's kind of poking fun at the Hunger Games. But anyways, it turns out that there's a weapon one of the tributes will drop that has a Nova effect when you reload. This apparently works similar to the Nova effects on Maya and Gage, so this basically allows any character to do the fake kill skill glitch. But my first attempt at this, I went into it in OP6, which was kind of silly of me, and I didn't get the drop. So I don't want to actually make a video until I can get the drop and show y'all who actually drops it and what the weapon looks like. I will also be including in the description the most current shift code that was released. I forgot how many keys it drops, but it's across the board. It gives you keys for Borderlands 1, 2, 3, pre-sequel, I think even Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. But today I wanted to do a video on something completely different. I had just recently replayed Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is probably one of the greatest games of all time. It helped solidify the whole genre of the Metroidvania. That's where that came from. It was a combination of the influence of Super Metroid and this Castlevania game. Castlevania took the formula that Metroid started and just put it on steroids. This game in particular adds a lot of unique gameplay elements as far as some good old-fashioned RPG aspects as far as item management and acquiring new armor and weapons and accessories, as well as just loading the game with all kinds of cool secrets and just cool stuff to find. Even incorporates some fighting move control inputs to allow you to cast spells and get special effects out of different weapons. But we'll get to all of that here shortly. Let's get the game going here. Also, in this play, I'm going to basically be trying to show you the most efficient way. I actually figured out some things. I haven't played this in a really long time. And I was kind of silly in the old days when I played this game. I ignored some stuff that I shouldn't have ignored. And basically, I'm going to show you two different things you can get early in the game that will make it way easier. In particular, is an armor piece that I personally just kind of avoided because I was just being cheap. Didn't want to spend the in-game money. Let's see, we're going to start a fresh save file. Oops. No. Oh, well, I guess I won't have a name. Doesn't matter. I was going to put Gremlin in there. Let's see if we can skip past this. I guess not. Old school games didn't let you do that. This being the remaster, well, it's not even really a remaster. It's a reissue they dropped. It also comes with Rondo of Blood. And that's one I will probably be making a video on some other time. I've never actually beat Rondo of Blood. In fact, when it came out back in the late 90s, I felt like it was a massive step backward from Super Castlevania 4 as far as the controls and such. But other people absolutely think it's one of the greatest Castlevania games as far as the more traditional Castlevania games goes. And in that regards, yeah, I guess if that's what you're looking for, if Super Castlevania 4 hadn't come out, then Rondo of Blood would definitely be the next evolution as far as gameplay, graphics, and it did have multi-branching paths, but not on the level of this game, because you couldn't backtrack. You just simply had a different way of going to get to the main destination. Alright, so the game starts with us having a bit of a flashback scene where we're playing as Victor Belmont. This is kind of an iconic scene and meme.
Die now and leave this world. You'll never belong here.
Oh, but this world invited me. Your own kind called me forth with praise and tribute.
Tribute? You're a thief. You steal men's souls, their freedom.
Freedom is always sacrificed to faith, good hunter. Or are you truly here by choice?
All I'm here for is you. To hell with your heresy! You're nothing but a blight on mankind.
Ha! Mankind. A cesspit of hatred and lies. Fight for them then, and die for their sins!
Seems. Gotta be careful, I can die here, I'm pretty sure. Doing no damage though. Uh-oh. What the heck? Why is this taking so long? Am I supposed to die? Oh yeah, I guess so.
I'll lend you my strength.
I just did this. I should have remembered how this rolls. Yeah, so he gets all overpowered. I'm gonna do a hell of a lot more damage now. Oh, maybe. It's actually easier to fight in this big form because he isn't Pacificarian.
Impossible! Not this time!
Count Dracula had risen with the aid of the Dark Priest Shaft to menace humanity once again. The legendary vampire hunter, Richter Belmont, stood against him and at last brought him down. However, 4 years later, on a glaring full moon night, Richter mysteriously vanished. Maria Renard set out to find him, but knew not where to begin. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the Castle of Dracula, rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from the mist, as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces struggled for the soul of a man named Alucard. He who had once fought alongside Trevor Belmont against his own immortal father, Count Dracula himself. To purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, Alucard had submerged his vampiric powers and fallen into what was meant to be eternal slumber. But now, he awakens to the cackles of evil and cries of the innocent. The eternal battle of good and evil has come full circle once more. Dracula's castle beckons for you. And no man can say who will emerge victorious.
This game threw some people back in the day too, because you're playing as Alucard instead of one of the Belmonts. Although you can technically play the game with Richter by, I think you can only do it after you've beaten the game once. You can go into that particular save and change the name to Richter, and it'll actually let you play as Richter. And he's viable, but he's a lot more difficult. He's a lot harder to play with. And he basically comes fully powered, where you'll see you'll have to slowly build Alucard up. The other thing is unlike Alucard, he doesn't have the ability to change his armor and weapons and so on and so forth, which to me is what makes this one really stand out in that regard. So, that being said, let's look at that real quick. So as you can see, much more like a role-playing game, we have our stats, our health, magic power, hearts. Just like in any Castlevania game, your hearts are what power your sub-weapon. And you get those by destroying basically candelabras, chandeliers, sconces, anything with a flame is going to drop something. As you can see, my attack is 47, defense is 40. Keeps track of your rooms that you've discovered, kills. We have strength, constitution, intelligence, and luck. So your strength affects basically your attacks, obviously. Your constitution actually affects status effects, like how easily you can get cursed or other various status effects you can get. Intelligence affects the strength of your magic attacks, and luck just affects your critical hits, and it also affects drops, because enemies, sconces, things can drop different items and weapons. It's basically the only way to get certain stuff, to be, from what I remember. We don't have any spells yet, and I'll get to that shortly. Relics. So you will unlock relics throughout the game. Some of these are kind of just passive stuff, like as simple as being able to open certain doors, to much more drastic things like being able to turn into a bat, a wolf, a mist, improving your jump, all kinds of cool stuff. System is just basically our settings, and we'll get familiars later too. But I will let the cat out of the bag on some spells for you real quick. Let's see if I can do it. Alright, so that is a cool move you can do where you go up and then fireball. Oh no, see, and also my weapons. So right now I have all his main stuff. Alucard sword, Alucard shield, helm, mail, Twilight Coke, necklace of J. As you can see, these actually have some nice perks. And Alucard sword, like some other unique weapons, when you do a fireball motion, it does this cool teleport attack. Let's see if I can do the teleport fireball again, though. Oh, actually, that was the other thing I wanted to demonstrate, is now that we go into spells, wow, there is that spell. So back in the day, the game did not tell you could do these, and a lot of people like myself accidentally just discovered these on accident. And once you do it once, it will show you in here how to actually do it. And there's a couple of spells you'll only be able to purchase. You won't be able to just kind of figure them out, but they basically just kind of use a Street Fighter style input. So this one's just up and then fireball, and it uses 15 magic points, and it basically kind of lets you teleport. When you appear, you're invulnerable and you shoot fire. But there's a couple others that are even more useful, like Dark Metamorphosis, which is the one I'm trying to do.
Dark Metamorphosis!
Alright, so when you activate this for a short period of time, if you cause enemies to bleed and get the blood on you, it heals Alucard. Now, the downside to this is it only works on enemies that bleed, and you have to be using a sword. And you got to get right up in the action. So if you really are low on health, that doesn't always work so well. Now, probably the most valuable one, and actually the reason why it's not letting me do it, is because I've only got 20 magic points. Probably the most useful spell in the game is Soul Steal, which uses 50 MP and basically lets you steal health from pretty much every enemy on the screen, and you don't even have to get that close to him to do it. But as I just showed you, I don't actually have enough magic to do it, so it's not showing it. So there is another one. Let's see if I can pull it off. There we are. Alright, so that spell, Dark Metamorphosis, you just rolling half circle, but from back, rolling it up to forward, 10 MP, and then Summon Spirit, back, forward, up, down, and basically it summons this little ghost out that will attack enemies, and it's heat seeking. Not that hard to pull off any of these, but once I get high enough MP, I will demonstrate the Soul Steal, which is a tricky one to pull off. It's kind of annoying. If you actually were good at playing Samurai Showdown back in the day, that input will look very familiar to it, because there was a lot of super specials that used that particular input. But basically, it's back, then forward, and then rolling half circle all the way back to forward again. Alright, so let's get into this. Money. That is another thing that's going to be very important in the first part of our play here, is you're going to want to try and accumulate at least 3,500 gold. The reason being is that eventually you're going to have to make your way to the library, because you won't be able to get anywhere else on the map. The reason being is that you'll come across these doors that glow blue, and they're sealed by magic. And you have to get a particular item called the Spirit Orb that fades from the librarian who sells it, that lets you open these doors, which costs 500 gold. But the other thing that you're going to be looking for is the expensive item, which is a chess piece called the Diamond Chess Piece, which is going to cost you about 3,000 gold. On previous playthroughs, I was like, oh, that's too expensive, I'd rather buy all this other stuff instead. So in my most recent playthrough, I decided to go ahead and spend it, and wow. It is literally the strongest armor piece you can get for the first half of the game, and even in the end game, it will carry you for quite a while. It's just crazy freaking strong. We're basically, most enemies are only able to do 1 HP against you. And if you've ever played this game before, you know that it can get stupidly hard if you're not careful, because basically, other than the spells I just showed you, enemies don't drop health. Now, I did just get some food, I think. Yeah. And so you can use potions and food to heal yourself with, but you have to actually equip it into your hand and use it by going, back into the game and pressing that button. And there's a bit of a delay, and it's even more tricky with food, because he will literally throw the food on the ground and you have to walk over it to actually heal yourself. So you have to be careful of your health. You definitely, anything you can do to increase your defense and keep from getting killed is a good thing. Also, your shield, you can actually equip other things in your offhand other than a shield. Obviously, you can equip items to use, but you could actually even equip another weapon in this hand if you want. The shields, admittedly, are kind of hit or miss, especially in the early game, because they may block the first attack, but if an enemy hits you more than once, the shield gets knocked away and you still take the hit. But
Alucard, what is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Ever the insolent boy. But there will be no games here. If you will not behave, be gone.
I will do neither. Step aside, old man.
Such arrogance. Very well. But I shall see you very soon.
So Death just ganked all my shit. I have no weapons and no armor. So basically, you're kind of like they do in Metroid. You're kind of starting from scratch. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to find weapons and armor. I can only punch. I have no shield. Alright. Well, at least we got a sword now. Not a great sword, but aside from increasing your damage, it does slightly increase your range, which is important because you don't want to be too close to enemies. And as usual, you definitely want to attack. Now, have you noticed the candelabras are not dropping anything? There is, once again, a relic you have to acquire, which you get pretty early in the game, which allows these to drop stuff for you. Alright, so I can't get to that yet. You want to look at your map often. This game is pretty damn big. Ooh, an even better sword. Or not. So it actually does less damage and it requires both of my hands. That's kind of lame. So that said, there is also swords that are two-handed swords. Typically they do a little more, well, normally we do more damage than a single-handed sword, but you can't equip a shield if you're using a two-handed sword. But typically they usually do a bit more damage, they're a little bit longer, have more range, but they do swing slower as well. And like other role-playing games, you are able to level up. Bam! So there's the Cube of Zoe. That's the first relic, and I'm pretty sure that one causes items to materialize. So yep. So now, anytime you destroy one of these things, it's going to drop you a heart. It may drop a sub-weapon, or it may drop money. All of which you're definitely going to want. So it's always good to take out as many of those as you can whenever you see them, because there's usually always something good in there. See, the trick to that's knowing your range to make sure you don't get attacked. And I want to get to that, but I don't want to get stuck on the spikes. There we go. Got us a high curse. Nice. Alright, we got armor now. Not the greatest armor, but it's better than nothing. Oops. Beware the red skeleton because he will pop back up. Oh, you. Oh, shit. Too close. There we are. And we got us a leather shield. Once again, not all that great, but just equipping a shield does increase your armor rating. Even if you don't technically use it, just having it equipped will increase your defense. So, I'm going to throw that bad boy on there as well. Is there anything else to get or do over here? Yeah, that doesn't work so well. Alright, here is the save room. So this is the only other way you can restore your health aside from using items or spells is stopping here. It will always completely refill your MP and health, but it will not refill your hearts. And that saves your game. So you'll be wanting to keep track of these and go back to them often whenever you feel the need. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing this. Oh, I do not want to have to tangle with him right now. He's going to kill me. Oh, no. Alright. go back this way. I'm getting killed before I can even get out of here. Push that next one. Back up again. Also, always good to look for false walls. There's actually familiars that you can acquire later in the game, and probably two of the more useful ones are the fairy and the imp, and the fairy being that she will tell you if there's a false wall or a fake door somewhere. I'm not going to try and fight him. Not yet anyways, although it looks like I should try and go over there. We'll backtrack. Alright, first sub-weapon. So to use sub-weapons, you simply just press up and attack, and you will use them. Dagger is a classic. Cost you a single heart per use. There's a resist thunder potion. These guys you gotta be wary of, because they will poison you, and if you're poisoned, unlike most games where you do damage over time when you're poisoned, it just basically makes it where you can't attack or something. I don't remember exactly. He's not gonna make that easy point. Oh. Alright, so this is going to be the first boss, I think. This fight shouldn't be too difficult. Alright, I'm not quite there yet. I'm actually going the right way. Alright, gonna take. Once again, these things just increase your defense. It actually increases my constitution as well. Alright, so... yeah, it's that big room down there. Alright. Also, it looks like my hearts are maxed out at 40. So, as you play the game, you will level up. I think that only really increases your base stats, but you'll actually have to find these special things, containers that will increase your heart count and your HP. Typically, you get one every time you beat a boss, but you'll find a lot of them scattered and hidden throughout the various rooms. Let's see. We're going to backtrack at this point. Looks like we need to either go up or to the right, which means I'm going to have to deal with one of these knights. But now that I have daggers, it shouldn't be quite such a deal. Yeah, can't go up. Not yet, anyways. Oh. Okay, so this is tricky because basically I think the idea is you need to try and somehow kill that guy while he's on there. Save again. Just to be on the safe side and just to get my health back up. Alright, so what am I missing here? Oh, that's so annoying. Alright, what am I missing here? Maybe I can go that way. Maybe that's where I'm screwing up. I kinda don't think so, though. Looks like I can go this way. Alright, so I'm just missing something obvious here. Which is frustrating, because like I said, I just played this game. I should remember what I did, and I don't for some reason. But, it's all good. Level up. Get money. I think what I need is the axe. That's what I need to find. Which is... just luck that one of these drops the right thing for me. Oh, you bastard. Oh, shit. think we're gonna have to go for the X. Hell. Appreciate the money, but I really need an axe. Did I go up here? I don't think I did. That might be where I'm screwing up. Yeah, that's where I was messing up. Didn't go far enough here. Okay, good save room. Bam, that's what we need. It's also going to come in handy for this next fight. And I think these do require a little bit more hearts. Maybe 5 hearts per attack. I'm going to go ahead and save. Just in case I toss, because this really is the first boss fight coming up. I got ahead of myself. Just have to make my way back over here. Actually, I kind of want to be careful too, because I don't. Whoops. That was kind of dumb. I don't want to accidentally switch weapons. That's one of the downsides of this game, is you can accidentally hit a torch and end up accidentally switching sub-weapons. Now you can typically get back, you know, it falls to the ground, stays with the wall before it disappears, but sometimes it happens, you don't realize it till it's too late. Alright. Classic bosses from Castlevania past. Oof. Close. Got one of them. Where's the other guy? Alright. There was our max health again. We will be coming back to this room later once we acquire certain power-ups, because we can't get to them just yet. So we can fly. Oops, too close. There we go. So now you can see how Dark Metamorphosis works. Stays active for longer than I initially thought. Alright. That's a good sub-weapon, but I don't want to get it just yet. I want to go. I'm probably gonna have to go back to that room and use the axe to get to that. Oh shoot. That is probably one of the worst sub-weapons in the game. I think you just throw salt on the ground or something, but no, it doesn't work very well. Ooh, bastard. So yeah, there's a room there above the save room I didn't go into, and basically that's where you first run into a blue glowing door that you can't go through until you get this correct thing. Let me see. I might want to backtrack at this point, because we're going to be making our way to the library, and it's not the easiest path, to be truthful. There's some tough enemies that can be really annoying. So I kind of want to go see what's in that other room before I get any further here. Now that I have the axe, I should be able to... Oh, okay, I gotta go that way. Alright. Wonderful. It's gonna be fun. These damn things are there? Uh-oh. Ah. Oh no, not another one.
Dark Metamorphosis.
Oh no. Alright, see, we can grab it again. Of course, now I need more hearts. Alright, I'm confused. Where the hell am I? Well, this is one of the first accessories you can get, and they don't do much of anything, but... Oh, where the hell are they? Oh, it's my headgear. Never mind. So yeah, they actually increase the defense by 1, but our intelligence goes down a point. I'll take what I can get for defense at this point right now, honestly. It's the more important. Now, watch this be the one I was trying to get on all along. I don't think it is, though. Shame. And we got us a better sword. Or not. How is that even possible? It's not better in any way. Oh, it adds a point to our constitution. But I don't know. That's disappointing. Yeah, all of that was that's the whole reason I got the axe, was so I could get over here and get lollied up. Alright, backtrack. It's a weird sound effect for an elevator. Skeleton. So you can see right there, that's the room that you'll be able to get into later, once you can fly. Go ahead and take that. let me test the theory here. I don't think that's going to be as good as what I currently have. Yeah, 25 and 100. Alright, so this is an important little thing that I've found in certain areas of the game that you can definitely take advantage of. So these two sconces here are always going to drop money. 100 on this one and 25 on that one. And like a lot of old school games like this, simply walk over here, come back, everything gets refreshed. And you can basically farm these. This is also a situation where, like, say, if your health is really low and you need to use metamorphosis to heal yourself, these guys are the perfect option for that. Because they're obviously very bloody. And we're rocking a sword. That said, let's see how much money we have. Okay, we're still a little short. As I mentioned, we really want to have about 3,500 once we get to the librarian, which is where we're slowly making our way to. But we're almost to 2 grand. There's a cool place where you can farm money in the later part of the game. There's actually a spot where you can get 2,000 gold to just repeatedly spawn. Pretty easy. I recently made that discovery too. But for now, let's try this. See if I can at least get to 2,000. $125. Every little run is not that shabby. Plus it'll let us build up our hearts. Don't let it sit there on the ground too long or it will disappear. Alright, we're at 2,000, so we're 1,500 shy of what we need. I don't know, they want to keep doing this. Another 15 times. So we'll just move on. There will be more money bags as we go. There'll be other places I'm sure we can farm close to the library. But we got a little bit of a ways to go to get there. Actually, to go down low. No, don't want that. Alright, down. Single gold coin. Alright, so now this next area gets a bit tougher. Oh, sort of a decent weapon, but not the one. That's what these do. Basically, it's kind of like a ricochet point. Dagger's good, but we don't want that. I'm pretty sure we want to go this way. These guys are annoying as shit. They're relatively weak, but they can be obnoxious as hell when they attack you. They're so fast that called the Flea Men, and there's a much tougher version of them in the in-game, are armored and
Wait,
sporting an
are
axe.
you human? What are you doing here?
I've come to destroy this castle.
Likewise. I'm Maria. And you are?
Alucard.
Well, if you're a better swordsman than a speaker, perhaps I'll see you again. Farewell.
My girl has attitude. This is an important room to keep in mind because it's kind of central to a lot of things in the game. Both, I don't want to spoil anything just yet, but there's multiple paths here. Can't really get through any of them at the moment because we don't have the right skills or abilities, but this is a vital point in the game here. See. Trick is to let them come to you, but let them jump at you. I kind of got overly anxious there. There's the money. Okay, that's better. See, that time it was the enemy that dropped it. So even enemies can sometimes drop parts, money, and various items. Yes, thank you. Boomerang guys are annoying. The timepiece comes in handy sometimes, but right now I think I'm going to stick with what I got. Oh shit. That shield, or actually it's a Bible, can come in handy too, but I don't really want that right now. Ah, really? Okay. Can't go that way just yet. Oops. Let's see something. No, still 2 points shy of having enough MP to use that skill. Gonna have to level up again. And yeah, if you're curious, these holes will open up later to expand another way through.